A homeless man finds a wallet and returns it to the owner exactly as he found it. To show his appreciation, John gives him 20 bucks. But after taking the money, the guy just won't leave. He keeps rambling on and on about random stuff. John can't take it anymore and shuts the door in the homeless man's hopeful face, then quietly puts the chain lock on. Only when the shadow outside finally disappears does John breathe a sigh of relief. But before long, the homeless man's back, this time clutching a $20 bottle of booze. He wants to give it to John as a gift, apologizing that he couldn't help but take a sip because it was freezing outside. Then he just turns and walks away. Watching the poor guy's retreating figure, John suddenly feels a pang of guilt. He calls out to the homeless man, asking if he'd like to come in for a drink. The homeless man doesn't hesitate to come inside and immediately starts checking out the fancy house. By the time John goes to get glasses, the guy's already made himself at home on the couch. John doesn't want to be rude, so he pours him a drink, then subtly hints that he should leave after finishing it since John has a meeting John Aro. But as they drink, the homeless man starts talking about a novelist John absolutely loves, claiming he used to know the guy personally. Now John's hooked. He pulls out the author's book and gets completely absorbed in the homeless man's stories, not even noticing that their one drink has turned into an all-night bender. The next afternoon, John wakes up surrounded by empty bottles, jolted awake by his girlfriend coming through the door. She asks why he's not at work yet. After hearing John's explanation, she can't believe he actually let a homeless stranger stay overnight and got wasted with him. She storms out in anger. Just then, the homeless man emerges from the bathroom. He's cleaned himself up nicely, but left behind a tub full of dirty water. John's rushing to get to his meeting, but the homeless man blocks the doorway, suggesting John skip work today since showing up drunk would only make things worse. John thinks that makes sense, so he calls in sick. Things spiral completely out of John's control. The homeless man never leaves and keeps pestering John to play board games. John still has a shred of sanity left and says he's done playing. He needs to get his act together for work John Aro. But the homeless man reminds him John Aro's Saturday, so they keep on gaming. That evening, John wants to go out for food, but the moment he leaves, the phone starts ringing. The homeless man has no intention of answering it, and after it stops, he deletes the voicemail. He even hides John's cell phone deep in the couch cushions. Cut off from the world, John starts working on a novel. This guy who normally writes 2 words in 3 days now believes, thanks to the homeless man's encouragement, that he'll become a best-selling author. So who cares about that stupid job anyway? His girlfriend walks into the smoke-filled room, trying to talk sense into him. She says the homeless man is just using John, mooching off his place, but John's not having it. Isn't that exactly what you're doing too? His words drive his girlfriend away. He wants to make things right, but his pride won't let him, so he just checks his empty voicemail day after day. He's now sporting a full beard with dirty dishes piled up in the sink. Meanwhile, the homeless man looks much cleaner and actually lectures John about hygiene, telling him to go wash those dishes. John finally loses it. You're living in my house, eating my food, using my stuff, and now you're disgusted by me. You used to be a dirty, smelly vagrant. But the homeless man's not the humble guy he used to be. Now he's lecturing John right back. The moment John leaves the room, the homeless man lifts up the couch cushions. Turns out he's been hiding all of John's mail, and in one of the letters, he finds money John's grandmother sent him. Soon enough, John doesn't even have clean clothes and has to wrap himself in a blanket. A co-worker comes to check on him, but is shocked by the house looking like a dump. John says things will get better once his welfare check arrives. The co-worker tries to invite John out for drinks, but John politely brushes him off. After closing the door and returning to the living room, John accepts a beer from the homeless man. Things keep getting worse. Not only does the welfare money never come, but the electricity gets cut off for unpaid bills. John finally breaks down, falling to his knees and sobbing. That's when the homeless man returns. He's shaved off his beard and is wearing a sharp suit. By comparison, John looks more like the homeless one now. The homeless man smugly announces he's found a job and gives John $40, just like John did for him before. The homeless man says he's going to take a shower. The instant he closes the bathroom door, John's girlfriend comes back. Seeing John's pitiful state, she gently comforts him. Through tears, John says he regrets everything and shouldn't have listened to the homeless man. But his girlfriend tells him the homeless man doesn't exist. John imagined him as a way to escape reality. John refuses to believe it and wants to take his girlfriend to the bathroom to meet the homeless man. But when they open the door, it's empty. His girlfriend says John's been depressed for a long time and needs to get back to normal life. Then she turns and leaves. But the next second, the homeless man appears appears from behind the door, asking John how he's feeling. John's expression relaxes, as if he's come to terms with something, with a hint of determination in his eyes. Cut to 2 days later. The house is clean and tidy again. His girlfriend is cheerfully talking about work. John looks respectable again, and the homeless man is nowhere to be seen. A few days later, the coworker visits again. Seeing John back to his old self, he's genuinely happy. John says it's all thanks to his girlfriend's encouragement, but the coworker's expression immediately changes. He tells John that his girlfriend died months ago. John insists he was just talking to his girlfriend, saying she helped him get rid of the homeless man. The coworker urges John to let go and heads to get John's medication, but when he walks into the bathroom, the coworker is horrified. There's a body floating in the bathtub, the very same homeless man from before. John calmly says it's fake, doesn't exist, and asks his coworker to come have some coffee. But the truth is quite different. The homeless man was real. It's the girlfriend who was John's hallucination. After his girlfriend's death, John developed mental illness and often talked to himself, so the homeless man saw an opportunity to take over John's house. But when the hallucinated girlfriend convinced John that the homeless man was just his lazy personality manifesting, John treated the homeless man as a delusion and drowned him in the bathtub.